How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about CEI Camber Energy. Ended up having a pullback inside of the market, but like I was saying in the previous video, it does look like it is consolidating, and it's part of the reasons why I keep it on my radar. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you are a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance and what is happening with this stock at the moment. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is key because it contributes to the volatility we see inside of this stock. And if it does have short squeeze potential, we can look forward to seeing some strong moves to the upside. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know, were institutions loading up on shares? What was happening on the retail side? Was there more buying than selling? We're going to be finding out. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for Camber Energy, ticker symbol CEI. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $1.42, being down 1.39%. So only down like 2 cents. When we take a look at where it ranged, as far as on the low, it was at $1.38, and then on the high, getting to around $1.63. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 143.292 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days being at 487.004 million shares. So again, we end up having below average volume, but one thing that we can clearly see when we take a look at the chart, we have some consolidation that is actually going on here, and this is why I still feel like this play has some more room to move if you have the right strategy. But you know what, we'll get into that further. Let's take a look at the RSI down below on our 1-year daily chart. You can see it's right here around 45.61. And then when we take a look at our moving averages, we have strength above the 100-day, the 200-day, the 50-day, but we are below the 21-day EMA. So one thing that we can clearly see, this $1.38 level has been acting as an area of support for CEI. If it does decide to pull back even further going into tomorrow, then the next level that you want to see hold up would be right here around 134, and also take into consideration $1.30. So keep an eye on those key levels. As far as where we tested for the high of the day at $1.63, what you want to see going into tomorrow is us actually getting above this. So the next level, if we're able to pass this $1.63 level, could easily get to right here around $1.80. So getting to $1.80, if we have more traders coming into the play, bringing in more volume into the stock, I'd love to see us reclaim the 21-day EMA around $1.84. And then before we start hitting this $2 psychological area, this is where I see a lot of traders that are going to be looking to take profits. There's going to be a lot of selling, especially if many people are holding at this particular level and they feel like, you know what, I don't want to be in this play any longer. So I want to make sure you're fully aware of that, so you have to pay attention. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for CEI. So we can see for the dark pool short volume ratio, it is at 31.78%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 33.9 million shares. Scrolling down further on the page, the short shares availability is at 3.1 million, updated 19 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate being at 13.04. Now, when we take a look at the history of the short volume ratio, we can see for the close of the 11th, it was at 33.90, and then the close for the 12th, which was yesterday, being at 31.78. So one thing that we could take notice of, it did go down a little bit in regards to the short volume, but what this still means, it has short squeeze potential. Normally what we look for is 21% or higher, and since CEI still fulfills that criteria, is part of the reasons why you want to keep this on your watch list, especially since there are a lot of shares that are being traded. They're not close to what we have normally been used to, but it does show there's still demand for this stock. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for CEI. So we can see here on the inflow, it was at 38.35, and then on the outflow, it was 36.04. So we ended up having an inflow day. So when we take a look at the breakdown on the large, it was 8 20.96, and then on the medium it was 22.63, and then on the small it was 6.76. On the outflow side on the large it was 8.56. On the medium it was 21.26, and then on the small it was 6.22. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for October the 13th, which is today, we ended up having a surplus being at 0.4. So what it does, it's actually taking the difference between what we had on the large scale, which was 8.96 from the 8.56. So what we saw overall in general, we had inflows. There was a lot of buying happening on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. But at the same time, the differences between both of these categories, they're not that huge, right? They're still within the same ranges. So keeping this in mind, yes, there's a lot of traders who are inside of this play that are trading off of the price action. And we also do have many people who are buying and holding shares. They're taking advantage of, hey, there's a dip in CEI. I want to make sure I get my position in. And of course, we already know, and I talked about it inside of the technicals, being aware of support and as well as resistance can make sure that you maximize your entry. And we saw that for today. So now let's jump into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for CEI Camber Energy, I'm going to continue to keep it on the radar, and here are the following reasons why. When we went on Fintel, we could see this play does have short squeeze potential. So if we end up having buying volume coming through the stock, we could see some strong moves in price action. And also we know there's a lot of demand in the market for CEI shares. I know the volume has died down quite a bit, but there's still some interest, and this is why I feel like you need to keep an eye on it. As far as when we were taking a look at the technicals, we could see as far as support is concerned, what you want to see hold up is around $1.30. And where we have clear areas of resistance is right at $1.60 and as well as $1.80. On the day, we ended up testing $1.63. So this gives you a good idea. This is an area where a lot of traders are taking profits. So if you see it pulling back and it's pulling back to an area of support and you have confirmation, there could be a potential opportunity right there. And that's part of the reasons why I put these videos together for you guys, so you're ending up on the winning side of your trades. And then before I actually sum this video up, we have to talk about risk management. Do not just jump into these plays. Do not FOMO into these plays. They do pull back. Many people will say, well, you know what? Just pay the ask. Buy as many shares as you can right now at any price. It's going to go to the moon. Don't do this. These people that tell you this are not looking out for your best interest, and I want to make sure that you know that and it's clear in your mind. So before pushing that buy button, at least you know you're doing what's going to be best for your own interest and nobody else's, because you're the one that's trying to make some profits inside of the stock market. And the best way to do this is to make sure you have a strategic and well thought out game plan. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.